Cari amici sportivi, we are here. We're live. Waiting on CVP. He's going to come on very soon, but thank you for everybody. Guys, tonight is going to be a celebration. We got surprises coming for you guys, and to everybody in the chats, thank you very much. And look, he's right here. He's right. He's dazzled. He's dazzled in the Azzurri. Steve, we're live. You got the badge. You got a scarf on. What's going on over there?
This is the flag.
It's the flag. Is that 8-foot flag you were telling me about today?
Yes, sir. Fazzy Tees, thank you very much.
8-foot flag. Stevie P, let's just start over, because that's what we're all about. No countdown video. Let's get this stuff done with, and here we go.
You are listening to the Milan Weekly Podcast, the English voice of Radio Rossonera and Milan fans all over the world.
Donnarumma at the double, sensational from him.
Rafael Leao produces a moment of utter magic.
Teo Hernandez al gol! Teo Hernandez! Ancora lui! Una meraviglia! Ibrahimovic! Zlatan Ibrahimovic! Fuori classe assoluto!
And let's start it off this way, because there's no other better way, Stevie P, to start off this way. Cari amici sportivi, welcome yet to another Azzurri weekly podcast where Pavarotti is heading our way, and there's no better way. Guys, I don't even have a intro. It's a celebration tonight. Stevie P, Vinny T, here we are. Steve, is it not a celebration?
Campioni d'Europa! Campioni d'Europa! That's the celebration. That's the intro. What is Pavarotti? Campioni d'Europa!
Vincerò. Pavarotti was saying vincerò, and that's why I wanted to start off with this way here. Stevie P, it will be a celebration tonight. We might talk about Milan, but you're wearing your 8-foot flag, your jersey. I'm wearing my jersey because now that I could wear it, because you told me I'm a mush and I couldn't wear anything. But please take us through your day yesterday. What a day it was.
Guys, great day. First of all, I want to say happy birthday to my son, Gianfranco. Yesterday he turned 8 years old, guys. He has a special
Azzurri.
birthday. July 11th, 1982, Italy wins the World Cup. July 11th, 2013, Gianfranco Polillo is born. July 11th, 2021, Milan is Campioni d'Europa. Campioni d'Europa. When I pass,
Italy,
and
not
YouTube
Milan.
is still there. Guys, he's going to be able to see this, and he knows the dates, guys. Campioni d'Europa. Campioni d'Europa.
And on that note, Facebook Frank, that, unfortunately lost his dad, a while ago. It was his birthday yesterday, and he messaged both of us. And what a great way for him to make sure to remember his birthday, right, Steve?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Facebook Frank, I told you this July 11th will be a festival. It will be a celebration, Facebook Frank. And that indeed, my friend, we did with everybody. Italo-Canadese, Italo in Italia. My cousins were messaging me. We were sending them videos. They were sending back videos. They wanted to know if we had COVID or not, because it looked like we didn't care. And we didn't care, because we are Campioni d'Europa.
And the Peroni here for Gio, live from California. Stevie P, I wanted to read you out this beautiful Facebook post. It is in Italian, And I'm sorry to anybody that doesn't understand Italian. I'm going to read in Italian because siamo campioni d'Europa, and as Tommy Tom would say, Google Translate. CVP, listen to this guy. From a David Rabba. Avete sputato sulla nostra bandiera. Avete fischiato il nostro inno. Avete picchiati i nostri tifosi italiani che erano allo stadio. Vi siete tatuato la vittoria addosso. È un mese che rompete i coglioni con queste canzoncine di merda quando non avete mai vinto un cazzo da 60 anni. Avete detto che la vincete facile, che non avevamo speranze, che non passavamo neanche di gironi, e poi che la prima squadra forte o avrebbe distrutto. Ieri aveva fatto gol dopo 2 minuti e pensate che fosse già fatta. Avete tirato la pallonata per 100 minuti con la paura negli occhi. Ma avete avuto una sfortuna sola. Avete trovato una squadra che gioca al calcio, senza paura, con un popolo intero al suo fianco, una squadra umile, educata, rispettosa e soprattutto una squadra più forte di voi. In casa vostra 8.000 nostri si sentivano come 60.000 vostri, perché appena avevo preso gol vi siete cattati come le mosche. Avete fatto i cambi per mettere i rigoristi, se cose si possono definire. Eravamo già campioni al primo rigore nostro sbagliato, ma credetemi, vedere la nostra faccia all'ultimo rigore parato da Donnarumma, per me, da pallone d'oro, non ha prezzo. E come dice quel vecchietto che prendeva per il culo tutto, dicendo che era finito insieme all'altro mostro sacro con il numero 3. Ne dovete mangiare pasta asciutta, orgoglioso e fiero di essere italiano. Se deve mangiare la pasta asciutta, Steve, taking words from Bonucci there, but in the end, what a great post. I just wanted to mention it. And Steve, take me through your feelings. Take me through the feelings of the game and the aftermath.
I want to say a special shout out to Chocharo Bar, who put on something really spectacular yesterday in St. Leonard, where they opened up free barbecue for all the clients. People were coming from everywhere to enjoy the festivities. I was again there with my two game day compatriots. First, Fazi and his beautiful wife Anita. Fazi Tees selling T-shirts. We were there from game one. We missed one game. I didn't go to the Wales game. I'm sorry.
But Steve, can you tell us when you sent them the Gazzetta dello Sport PDF and that you wanted to print?
Yeah, we're gonna make a nice T-shirt.
I came over to see you, and guys, this is a funny story. Steve, please explain what Fazi understood.
Fazi Tees, guys, check them out for anything that you want customizable. They do a fantastic job. Socks, underwears, T-shirts, anything that's blue, he prints on it. Anything that's any color, he prints on it. I want to print a T-shirt with the front page of Gazzetta dello Sport, so I sent him the PDF, and his response to me is like, Steve, yes, I can print all 63 pages of the Gazzetta dello Sport on a T-shirt. It's gonna cost you $1,600 a T-shirt. So that was a big joke. Thank you to them for experiencing this. My brother-in-law too, Anthony, he was there as well. Milan club members, we really we were there, and you know what, talking soccer, talking Milan, talking Italy at the same time. So thank you again to Chocharos, guys. The day for me, honestly, I was father of the year. I needed to move Gianfranco's birthday from the 11th to Saturday. So I need to thank my wife as well, Sandy Piazza.
Grazie, Sandy.
Please, thank you for loving me, because I have this sickness, which is football, and I love it so much that we moved my son's birthday to the Saturday to accommodate my sickness of watching this final. The game, Vinny, the game. I was pumped.
Steve, you know what? Let's get the negative out of the way right away, because I want this to be a celebration, but let's get this negative out of the way. Look, we liked making fun of England, especially the way they thought they had won the finals throughout the tournament. Steve, here's where I stand about this whole, racist remarks against the 3 penalty takers, against people that have never watched football, soccer, and saying that Chiellini's foul was a red card, Steve. It was a red card, pulling somebody from the back. And Italian fans getting attacked at the Wembley. Steve, I'm going to say this. I don't think Italy would be any different. And I'm sorry to say this. And I'm not going to point fingers at England. England might have a bigger problem in Italy, but it is a problem in the whole of soccer, football world. But in the end, I make football bring people together. And
I don't even want to waste time on this.
You don't want to waste time? Okay,
you're wasting everybody's time on this stupidity. These guys should not have not even an ounce of our listeners' time. Not even a minute, not even a second, because this is not football. I want to talk tonight celebration and football.
Okay.
Us here on Milan Weekly Podcast, AWP for these 50 days. Never did we make fun of England themselves, the team.
No, we never.
I think that they had a team that, yes, could have made it to the finals. Yes, I agree. But Italy itself.
No, I get you, Steve. I get you. It's just that I felt that people. It's just a bad side of football.
But then don't waste the time.
Okay, so you know what? Let's go straight into it, Steve. Let's go straight into it. I don't want to waste any time. I just needed to mention it because I felt is okay. Let's talk about the starting lineup. Stevie P. How did you go into this game? Looking at the starting lineup.
There was no surprise. The only thing that I really wanted is I wanted Immobile to have a good game. That's it.
And that didn't happen.
So
our friend Jerry Mancini, which is a big Lazio fan, he's been,
he's been taking it for Immobile, but he too, at a certain point right now, Jerry, unfortunately, you're going to listen to this podcast.
Yes,
you cannot hide anymore for Immobile with the national team. Yes, besides the 2 goals that he scored, unfortunately did not have a good tournament. For me, this section of the podcast, I wanted it to be a stock up, stock down. Immobile's stock for me has dropped significantly, and I'm a protector of Immobile because in the league with Lazio and in Champions League, he scores goals. He's someone who's attached to that system. He's attached to the Lazio system. Italy does not play Lazio football. So it's either he had to adapt himself, but he didn't. And unfortunately, we won this tournament, guys, whether we like it or not, without having a number 9.
We definitely didn't have a number 9. But, Steve, taking into this game, we got scored on 2 minutes in, and it was weird to me because I wasn't stressed. Like, I don't know if you could describe that to me. It's like looking at these guys, and I just wasn't stressed. Guys, look at the stats. England took 1 shot on goal. One. And I told you when I came over today, I felt that Donnarumma kind of like, froze on that shot.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
not.
No,
I just felt like
but
he wasn't expecting. He wasn't expecting that.
Of course, you're not expecting. He's in the 6-yard box when he hits that. You're not gonna stop that. Let's be honest here and say Italy got caught with their pants down. For me, everybody there, Chicharo, talking about, asked me, Steve, what do you think about this game? I said the first 25 minutes are very key for Italy because England, whether we like it or not, 10,000 Italian fans making just as much noise as 50,000 Englishmen. We were the enemy, public enemy number 1, and they were going to go full throttle on us for at least the first 25 minutes. And we took a goal. And they did, and we took a goal. And again, they went down that side with the Palmieri side where we usually would have Spinazzola. It started on the left-hand side for us. It ended up on our right, and we got caught with our pants down. But, yes, I am not like you. I was worried. I was like, this is not the start that we needed. Absolutely not the start that I wanted. And I was actually shocked that we were 1-0 down. And England, that for those first 12 to, 12, I'm going to give them 12 up until that 25 mark, that magical 25 mark, were much more dangerous than Italy was. Italy looked like they didn't seem to find their game. They were playing a little bit rushed. The body language, Insigne's body language, Chiesa's body language, angry, frustrated. They were getting frustrated. But before we go to that, you have to look at England's starting lineup. England, the country who attacks, the fastest league in the world, the best league in the world, the most attacking powerhouse. They're an arsenal of offense. Started with a back five, ladies and gentlemen. Italy and Catenaccio soccer has been thrown to the wolves for hundreds of years by English pundits who despise defensive football. And their England showed up at home at Wembley with a defensive back five and a double pivot, Vinny. Yeah. That's 7 defensive players.
And Calvin Phillips.
Let me finish. Per la pucchiacca disorder. If I hear another pundit talk about Italian football and our tactics without having some sort of knowledge of the game, this was a mockery. When I saw that, I laughed. I said, I can't believe it. For hundreds of years, they've destroyed Italian soccer and our beautiful Catenaccio and made fun of it and called it boring and then called it anti-soccer, parking the bus. And they showed up at home con la fregna, tutta come la mullica di pane. They played 5 at the back and a double pivot. 5 at the back. People, send this podcast to everybody who's English and who's in English, who loves soccer and they're a so-called pundit. A back 5 and a double pivot. 7 defensive players. Na vergogna to English soccer. Na vergogna. Continue.
You know what makes me laugh, Steve, is that we never took shots at anybody unless your name is Bonucci. And Steve, let me ask you, Bonucci, is he the Materazzi 2.0? Because he likes to push buttons. He went into the camera when he scored. It's coming to Rome. Posting those videos, Instagram. And in the end, Steve, colors have nothing to do at this tournament. It's all about the Azzurri. But I don't know. And I just felt like England. Let me make this clear, Steve. I find that England players, none of them came out and said anything stupid, anything wrong. Unfortunately, it's a small percentage of the England fans, which unfortunately make a big voice on the internet, but we never took a shot at them, and they took a shot at us, and we took it personal. Did we not?
But Vinny, it's not a shot at us now. This is a shot that I saw tweets is that it's the EPL's the fastest league. EPL is going to pick up the tempo of the game. EPL and their brand of football is gonna destroy this boring soccer that Italy plays. But these are guys, Vinny, that they need to be accountable though. And there needs to be accountability.
Yeah.
You want to be a pundit? I don't want to be a pundit. I'm happy. I have a profession. I do this for fun.
I just like guys like pundits like Rio Ferdinand, talking about before the game, before the where England's got this and, we're not scared and we're going to take them in the finals. I just feel like if you're going to be a pundit, be straight down the middle. Fabio Caressa.
I don't even want straight down the middle. That's not a pundit. That's someone who's just there to pass time. You want to make something, you want to take an opinion. I bust my balls when I make an opinion. I made an opinion on Leao. My opinion on Leao was he was lazy. I got destroyed. But in the end, I was right. Because that's my opinion was based on facts, on body language, on what you see on the pitch. This year, they don't know. If you don't watch anything but EPL, how could you know anything about Serie A? How could you know? You cannot know. So I don't want straight down the middle. Straight down the middle is a cop-out. We are allowed to go straight down the middle. We don't get paid for it. We do this for fun. We're allowed to go straight down the middle. They're paid, and they're a pundit and an analyst. The true word is analyst. So analyze something. Because what I analyzed yesterday is that after England took a 1-goal lead, they went back into a shell, a defensive shell. Oh my God. Does that remind you of someone, guys? Now it's okay to go back in a defensive shell once you go up 1-0. The 44 beautiful viewers that we have over here. Now it's okay once you go up 1-0. When England goes up 1-0 and they're at home at Wembley and they go into a defensive shell, everything is good, Vinny. Everything is beautiful. We're allowed to do that. We're allowed.
Look at the stats, guys. England took 1 shot on goal.
Fuck the stats. Even you, the stats. ¿Qué stats you want to do? What stats? They looked lost. After the 35th minute, Chiesa's run, where he took on the back nine. Lenny told me on the chat that I have to refer to them as the back nine. When he took on the back nine and he missed the net. Everybody on the England field, I turned around to my brother-in-law. I said, I am not losing the Euro today. I am not losing the Euro today to these guys. It's impossible. It's impossible.
You're on fire, Steve P. And, looking at the game itself, yes, it did score 2 minutes in. Bonucci, sciacquatevi la bocca, and he came directly into the camera and said, it's coming to Rome. It's coming to Rome. But in the end, penalties were coming. Steve, how did you feel on these penalty shots? And Fabio, we did have a pregame chat with the Patreon members. Fabio called Donnarumma the man of the match, man of the tournament. In the end, Stevie P, by the way, did he notice that he won the Euros?
Yes, he noticed. Guys, Donnarumma was possessed. He was possessed, guys. That is a keeper that was possessed. He was someone that said, you're going to have to do something special to beat me tonight. And that's it, guys. The penalty shots is that. Apparently now all of England penalty shots, they want to replay the game. They don't like the foul. They don't like the foul against
Chiellini. Chiellini pulling away.
Could it have been a red card?
That was a red card. That was a red card, Steve.
In theory, it's a strange foul, yes. But do you really want? If it would have been the opposite way, do I really want the ref to decide this game?
That's a yellow card, Steve. No matter what kind of game you're in, what time you're in, that's a yellow card. It's not a red card. I'm sorry. It's not like you had a straight
horse collar. It's a horse collar. It's not a regular foul. It's not a tactical foul. That's a horse collar. That you do it. There's tackles in football, which in American football, they've eliminated the horse collar tackle because it's dangerous. So don't say that. Don't say it's a yellow card. If it would have been a red card, I wouldn't have been shocked. But I still
feel it was a yellow card, Steve. I'm sorry.
That's fine. But I'm telling you,
because it wasn't a clear shot on net, Steve. He wasn't clear on net. I'm sorry.
So you're getting red cards. You're getting red cards for slide tackling, which is part of the game, but you're not going to get a red card for a horse collar. So let's be honest with ourselves. We won. It's fine, but that could have been a red card. It could have been.
I'll give you that much.
It could have been a red, but in the end, it was not. And you know what? I chapeau to that ref, because if it would have been the other way around, I wouldn't want that red card. At that point, I don't want that ref to decide the game, because it obviously looked like England had no intention of doing anything. Because the second half starts, Vinny, and once the second half starts, Italy starts to play a little bit in between the lines. The back nine is under pressure. Now, was Italy fantastic and golden in the final third? No, absolutely not. And that, we spoke about it. We had trouble with Insigne. We had trouble with Insigne on the left-hand side. They were overloading on him. We had trouble that Immobile, he was overthinking every single thing that he did. 3-foot pass, 4-foot pass, through ball, control, everything was overthought. Look, and then we start losing people. We start losing Insigne. That's when, for me, the quality of Italy was a bit scary, because we started losing players like Chiesa, who were bringing high energy. You know, we had that first change where he brought in Cristante,
Which was surprising, Steve.
which was surprising. I thought I was going to see Locatelli much earlier, but you know what? Tip my hat to Cristante. It seemed that he had a great game. He kept his composure in the midfield, and he let Jorginho do his stuff.
It's, the changes might have been confusing at the time, but in the end, Stevie P, a lot of changes were made. The Bernardeschi's changes, whether it be against Spain, against England.
Put back the lineup. Put back the lineup.
Okay,
let's stock down.
Okay, let's put back the lineup.
We know this. Why are you showing this graphic? We know that.
No, that's Sonny. And by the way, thank you, Sonny, because Sonny was, he's a busy guy, CVP. He won some money. He probably bet with guys at work. Thank you for all his hard work and his internship, even though he's a part of Milan Weekly Podcast. Thank you for all his graphics. Stevie P, guys like Bernardeschi's coming on. Here's the discussion. A lot of people are talking about how Mancini, with his drip, right, knew what he was going into. I'm going to possibly go into penalties. Here's what I need to go onto the pitch. And it looked like Southgate, Steve, I have a hard time believing that he didn't have that in his head. I don't get it.
I listened to a lot of soccer today. I read a lot of articles. I don't know. I commend him for taking the blame for it, because whatever happens, which we'll never know, the shot takers was his decision, and he picked. Unfortunately, he was, I don't know, not forced, but the decision that he made was wrong in the end. And I get it. He brought in very offensive players, but very late into this game, who did not get a feel of the game, not get a touch. Surprising. I was surprised that he waited that long to bring them on, because it's not like there were bad players. Sancho, Rashford, and Saka were not bad players. Saka came in a bit earlier than the other two. But Sancho and Rashford, he wasn't getting much more from Kane.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He wasn't getting much more from Kane, but you can't take him out because Kane is one of your penalty shot takers. Then he started to fiddle around with Mount and Rice, and had to make changes there and bringing on Henderson. I don't know why. You're at home. You're at Wembley. You haven't won anything since they invented the telephone. And you're not going to go for it. That's what I'm mad about. Because apparently in England, they go for it, right? Most exciting league in the world. Fastest. Best. It's coming home. It's coming home.
Steve's on fire, guys.
It's coming home. Even Beckham, he's doing fist pumps. What are you fist pumping? What are you fist pumping? There's nothing to fist pump. You played in Italy. It's not over.
And
the Duchess, the Prince, even him, everybody. What are you guys doing? It's coming home. Do you know who you're playing against, though? But this is the arrogancy. People hate us, Vinny. They hate Italians because we're arrogant, we're loud.
And we're going to have some hate, Steve. We're going to have some hate.
And hate us. I don't care, but we'll take the hate. You understand? But now you, England, take the hate because you guys were home. And you did nothing.
You know what I feel bad about, Steve, is that none of the English players deserve this, because it was the English players
deserve what?
They don't deserve the hate. The English fans, that little nucleus.
Oh, you have to show up over there.
I'm not talking about Gary Neville and fucking Rio Ferdinand.
No, I'm talking the players. Harry Kane, ha fatto un cazzo di niente.
No, I'm saying they never talked bad. They never said,
I don't care, but
it's coming home. It's coming home.
They were doing it too. If it's they have to stop it if they don't want it to stop it. Those 11 players on the field, they have to take, because their coach, he stepped up to the plate and he said, it's my mistake. He covered for everybody. Now, they have to go in front of the microphone and they have to say, we played like shit. Luke Shaw, I tip my hat to that guy, because that guy, if you look back, his ankle snapped like worse than Conor McGregor. And he was able to get back. But Vinny, we were going to lose the Euro to a goal from Luke Shaw. No. Please. Guys, please. So then the pundits and everybody and all the players, look, watch Serie A. It's nice, the EPL, because you get all the money. But here we play soccer. We have tactics. Serie A has tactics. These players here, they go to a guy who he sat on the national team, didn't play a minute. He went through every club level, played in England, coached in England too. Won a Scudetto with Sampdoria.
Yeah,
the players
Lenny is saying that they were making fun of us with the hand gestures. Lenny, thank you. Yeah, that was one. It
doesn't. I'm not like, I know I love Lenny because I know he's right behind me on this. This is built up frustration, Vinny, because you know what? I shut my mouth a lot of times. I don't write back on Twitter. I don't like going on Twitter. I want to talk to people, and when they give me the opportunity to talk, trust me, I'm going to talk, because it's a double standard, right? You make fun of the game. You make fun of this game. You call it a farmer league. About our league. You call it a farmer league. It's a retirement league. Hey, the players that play here, guys, Bernardeschi, I'm going to say it. Stefano Polillo, July 12th, 2021. I was wrong. I hated the Bernardeschi.
He did what he needed to do, Steve.
He was not included all the time. He played against Wales. I think he had a good game. But you saw this guy, the emotions after the game. We saw. You check our Milan Weekly Podcast Twitter account or Instagram. One of them, the guy was crying, Vinny, because of the year that he had. He sat on the bench at Juve and he did nothing. He was not even. We joked about it. He's the best bass player that Italy has. And it's true. But man, when he put on this jersey, it meant something.
You did. And then Marco G saying, did you see Maguire getting a ball in the head and pretending that he got hit? But, only Italy
But you see that's another thing too. That's another thing. But they have to be accountable for that, Vinny. And unfortunately, Serie A will never do that, because Serie A is scared. Our pundits and our things, and all due respect, love Matteo Bonetti. Hey, when you have a chance, it's our turn to shine. The only one who does it is Marcotti. No one else will do it. No one else will say what I'm saying to someone who's of the EPL. Because if they get a job at the EPL, they hit the jackpot, right? Yeah. But that's not fair, Vinny, because the diving happens all over the place. Sterling Amy dove. He got a gold medal in the Tokyo Olympics before the Tokyo Olympics started. And that kicks out Denmark. Maguire, he says he got a cleat to the head. They were laughing, right?
And they need to replay a game. They need to replay a game. There's a petition, Steve, because Chiellini, he pulled somebody back.
Stop with this.
Guys, in the end, you know what? We have 2002 World Cup to complain about. We've complained in the past. And in the end, this was our tournament.
We did complain. If you go through the lineup, guys, again, tip my hat, Bonucci, shit disturber, Snake. But man, he had a tournament and a half. And when I saw the pairing of Chiellini and Bonucci at the beginning of the tournament, I was worried. I was worried that they were not going to make it the whole tournament. Chiellini, unfortunately, didn't. He missed 2 games. But I think that was a resting spot for him.
It was.
So that he can play these last 2 games. And they played a lot of minutes. Semi-final, final, 120 plus minutes, plus penalty shots. And Bonucci took 2 penalty shots. But you have to feel for a guy like Bonucci, because in the last Euros, he's one of the guys who missed the penalty shot. You got to feel for a guy like Chiellini, because the last final we were in a Euro, we got hammered. And he probably played like 15 minutes of that Euro.
Exactly. And speaking of Chiellini, Stevie P, hold on a second here. Chiellini, he reached out to us and he wanted to make sure that he was aerodynamic, right? He used the MW code for Milan, Milan Weekly Podcast code. He wanted the Performance Package 4.0. You know, it includes a new lawnmower 4.0, the trimmer that will change your approach to grooming routine. 7,000 RPM motor, travel lock, 4K LED spotlights, and Steve, you know that Chiellini was in manscaping before he got our promo code. The performance package also includes the weed whacker, chop off your worst weeds up your nose. I'm sure Chiellini, look at him, Steve. He used the weed whacker. He used
this
the
guy, 2 weed
Manscaped.
whackers fit up that nose, guys. This guy was manscaped to lift that trophy, guys. And Manscaped's a great product, guys. They're a real true company that came to us and wanted us to rep a little bit of their products and sent us their products to try. Great stuff on the site, guys. Manscaped. Siamo campioni d'Europa, Manscaped.
And Chiellini used the ball preserver, obviously, because he wanted to feel like more aerodynamic, and the ball reviver right over here. And Stevie P, he did look at that nose. He had to use the code MWP. He got 20% off, free shipping, and 20% off. You can't go wrong. And he probably he was probably hearing this. Look at Chiellini, guys. You can't say that Chiellini now he has to Manscaped. He's got no other ways about it. But CVP, thank you to Manscaped for our continued sponsorship. Love those guys. Great products. I've been using it, and I've been Steve. I've been following the instructions. I've been following instructions of Manscaped, and I can't go wrong. And remember, guys, hold on a second. Read the book. You see that right there? Use it that way, where it says red, don't go that way. That's where I fucked up. But honestly, thank you to Manscaped and to Chiellini using the Manscaped code Stevie P. I think Chiellini is going to be good using our code, right?
Yes, sir. Bring back that lineup. Stock up, stock down.
Oh, we gotta go back to this one here. I thought, okay, here we go.
Spinazzola, stock up, guys. Even though he didn't play the rest of the tournament, guys, the guy played out of this world. Too bad for that injury, but look, in the end, they flew him out to Wembley, and he got what he deserved. He got himself a Euro 2021 medal. The two other backs, unfortunately, Palmieri and Di Lorenzo. Look, Di Lorenzo came in for Florenzi in the first game, and then we never saw Florenzi again because he was injured. To me, that didn't really anger me too much. I think Di Lorenzo had a great tournament. I think his stock stays the same.
Yeah.
Emerson, he had big shoes to fill, and those were the Spinazzola shoes. And just Emerson was not good, guys. Near the end, in the final, I found that he got a little bit more confident. This is someone, again, like Bernardeschi, who did not play a lot at Chelsea and is also a Champions League winner. But for the Euro, he lost his starting spot to Spinazzola, and I think it took him a bit of time to get back into things, and I don't think we had enough time for him to get into there.
Steve, we've been talking about the Italy team. We got to go through our Patreon. Yes, Raul is still buzzing. Patreon questions, and let's see what we got over here. First, starting off with Husney. It's coming home to Rome, he says. I'm glad the trophy is in the right place. My question is, which is the performance of Gigio in the final and getting players of the tournament? Do you think that there will be less bad blood between him and Milan fans? Also, Di Lorenzo really look good, like the weakest link, especially in knockout stages. Is Calabria ready to be the regular national right back? By the way, my signed Gigio jersey has regained some of its value. So, Steve, Calabria, we all know that Calabria would have had a place on this on this team. What do you say to Husney's questions? talking about the performance of Gigio in the finals and getting players of the tournament. Do you think that there will be less bad blood? And I want to take the time to talk about this, guys. Some people took the opportunity to tweet about Gigio. Oh my God, Milan, let him leave for free. Ho, 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 ho. Guys, what I will say. You want to comment? Sorry. That's fine. What's your solution? You want to sign him back? $20 million fee, $12 million a year. And it doesn't seem like there's a list of teams ready to sign him. So what do? Do you sign him for that price and then take the chance? So look, it happened. We're all disappointed in the outcome. We fucked up. Letting a player like this leave, but enough is enough. Is it not, Steve?
Guys, the story is old. It's something that unfortunately I've answered multiple times. Milan, yes, they should have renewed a long time ago. They did not. We lose a generational talent. We lose a player of the year candidate and a player of the tournament for the Euro 2021.
And congratulations to him for a player.
Congratulations to him because he was a man possessed. But guys, in these 50 days, you saw that he is a extremely good goalkeeper. You could say what you want. You could say he chased the money. Yes, no. But Milan could not have afforded to have their goalkeeper at $12 million and then build a team around it. PSG can. Why? Is it right that they can? I don't agree.
But they can, Steve.
But they can. So those are the rules. PSG saved soccer. Remember, it was the fans. Yeah. It was the fans. Remember that, guys? Super League. It was the fans. PSG saved it, and now PSG is ruining it again. So, Juan is throwing out the world class. For me, not yet. He has big shoes to fill, but he's started off really great because as Italians, guys, we've been spoiled. We had a decade and a bit, if not 2 decades, of Gianluigi Buffon, and now he passes on the crown to Gigio Donnarumma, which we will have, barring any unforeseen setbacks, decades of solid goalkeeping ahead, guys. And he was a man possessed in the final and semifinals, guys. He made some really big saves. World-class saves. Yes, world-class saves.
He did. And you know what? We're on the other side of the fence, you and I, Steve. You felt that, hey, he did what he needed to do, took the money. I felt that he was the Milan, and I've had a hard time accepting that he wasn't the Milan. But in the end, we all accept your stupid tweets out there. Oh, you left a world-class player, go by, but yeah, go fuck yourselves. Look, this is what it is. We've moved on, and kudos to Maldini and friends for signing at least a goalkeeper that, from what we read, is going to try to do the job. But kudos to Donnarumma and to when we had our Patreon special, Steve. Excuse me. He predicted it. He predicted this thing like man of the match, man of the tournament. Fabio from Long Island, he was there. But anyways, we're happy for him because we're not gonna trash on him. Fabio, speaking of Fabio, saying good day to all Italians and Serie A lovers. What a glorious weekend it turned out to be. I did say Vinny would be a nail biter and takes the penalties. Grande Gigio come through in the end. One of the players who started, whose performance were you most disappointed with? I know most will say Mobile. And just one Milan question. With Berardi and Belotti not looking great, would you still go after them and bolster the squad? I like that question, Steve. Who has disappointed you most? Excuse me.
Look, the obvious answer would be Immobile, but once we got into the knockout round, after the Belgium game, I find that Insigne's form dipped a bit. against Spain, and again and in the final, I didn't see the Insigne that we saw, especially in the Belgium game where he was man of the match. Was I disappointed? To be very honest with you, not really. But they did overload on his side, and they did make life very difficult for him. And kudos again to him, because he had to play a false nine because our two number nines decided to be on vacation, semi-final and final.
About this question about Berardi, being maybe at a better value right now, would you still buy him?
But we have to finish the question of who disappointed me.
So sorry. So who disappointed you the most, Steve?
Barella.
Really?
Yeah, Barella really dropped off as soon as we got into the knockoff stage. Barella really dropped, and Vince Mancini is going straight into that as well. Barella's form again. I know that we're speaking with Vinny Gattuso and all the boys about soccer. We said that Jorginho, Verratti, and Barella midfield is what we played a lot of soccer during the qualifying with. But I think that as Barella started to mature in Serie A with Inter and taking on more of an important role, with those two guys who really demand the ball a lot, like Verratti and Jorginho really demanded the ball a lot, I think Barella almost became phased out of the midfield and became something that he wasn't really comfortable with. And I think that's not because he's a great player, not because he's not a great player. I think he has tons of talent, but he dropped off. There wasn't a lot left in the tank for Barella, and you saw he was subbed out quickly, and not only because of the cards, but subbed out quickly a little bit because of the performance and what he was doing on the field.
Okay, I'll accept that. And Fabio saying good day to all Italian Serie A lovers.
There's a question: Berardi and Belotti.
Berardi, Belotti. Would you take him now that they?
I would still
lost value.
I don't think they really. I don't think Berardi lost value. Berardi really filled in for the person that everybody wanted to have start, and he came in as a super sub Chiesa, but Berardi really the first couple of games in the round robin really played lights out, and I think he was very good. And then it's just that it's very hard. Someone needs to get sacrificed, and I think Chiesa proved that he deserved a spot in the starting lineup. I wasn't too crazy when Mancini was screwing around with the starting lineup, but in the end, he seemed to be right, because as the tournament grew on, Chiesa got stronger and stronger, except for the final when he came out for injury. But I have no problems with still going after Berardi, and I think Belotti still has a lot to give. Belotti did really waste a lot of time in Torino, though. Now the not moving away from Torino, I think really is starting to either play with his confidence or play with his head, because these big matchups here, like when Immobile is not on, we need Belotti to be on.
I like that perceptive, Steve. Taking over to Fabio. Good day to all Italians and Serie A lovers. What a glorious weekend it turned out to be. I did say Vinny it would be a nail biter and take it to penalties. Grande Gigio came through in the end. Of all the players who started, whose performance were you most disappointed? Most likely we'll say Mobile. And just one question with Berardi and Belotti not looking great. We just answered that.
We just fucking answered that question.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
How much did you drink tonight?
I had a couple of Peronis okay. Greg,
let's go.
Good day, Vinny and Steve. Congratulations on today on Italy's victory over England on the day the better team won. Footnote that Italy achieved European success without a Rossoneri in the squad. All the pundits who value the English players in the $100 million or pound the range should take a crash course on straight line deprecation. Watching Euro 2020 and Copa America 2020, and kudos to Argentina on that one, made me realize that Milan of last year was a team where the whole was better than the part, and perhaps we underestimated Gigio's impact. The fact that we finished with both more points than the Juventus team featuring Chiesa, who look like Thierry Henry 2.0, Bonucci and Chiellini, the Harvard professors of defense, a Silversoul Bernardeschi, and Golden Boot winner CR7 and Cuadrado, who did very well for Colombia in a major miracle. All this to say that there's a really need to improve our talent level if we need to make progress. The current approach of rent a player or submit the lowest bid possible will not be sufficient. I do not care on who we missed out on. By the way, Rodrigo de Paul would have been perfect for midfield. I want to hear who we are actually purchasing. I hope we give the team the best possible chance to complete next season by improving the level of talent in the squad. A lot of things Greg is saying to us, Steve. I think if I need to muster up what he's saying, like, Rodrigo de Paul, yes, it would have been a perfect, but it comes down to money, does it not, Steve? It just looks like
cash.
Milan. It's cash, right, guys? And I think the Gigi Donnarummas, what else, Steve? The even though some people might be happy, but the Çalhanoğlu, it just comes down to money, is it not?
Yeah, look, Gigi Donnarumma, we spoke about it. It's again, it's the violin that keeps on playing. Hakan Çalhanoğlu, same thing. If you wanted to re-sign him, but it seems like there was a lot of other drama in that whole transfer saga. So, but I think Milan, we have no choice because we've already been through that financial fair play ringer. And missing out Europe is not something that we're interested in right now. So I get the that we have to be careful with what we need to buy and how we buy and how we spread the money. But that's what the cap specialists are for, and that's what the financial fair play accountants, as I like to call them, earn their money. But you see, I'm harsh on Milan. And they overachieved second place. The guys, Gigi Donnarumma represented at least 10 of those points.
Yes, it did. And I'm not gonna argue with that with you and Steven. Our personal feeling, excuse me, our personal feelings, ours or other people. You might think what you want about him, but he did represent. You're saying 10 points, Steve?
10 points.
I would probably even say more than that. Because
we'll just leave
he
it
stood on his head. He did stood on his head for.
But you
for
see
many
the quality.
games.
We can't have the Castilleos. We have to upgrade on the right hand side.
Steve, he's training. Castillejo.
I don't
training.
give a shit anymore. I'm done. This is Champions League now. You can't have the Castilleos. If they're coming off the bench, even at that, it's a risk. But we need someone for Vice Zlatan. We have Giroud up on the screen. I think that's another wily veteran. Who's proven to have scored goals in the APL. That you cannot take away from him. But I would like to see what he does in Serie A. Again, this is a type of kind of like a lesser risk than Mandzukic, high reward, right? So,
yeah.
But do we want to continue that? No, the fans are going to go apeshit crazy if this is how it's going. And I don't blame them. Because we're in Champions League. And I think Elliot, as much as they don't want to open the purse strings, are going to need to open the purse strings, and they're going to need to spend a little bit of money. And you see that player down the middle, and I don't mind spending that type of money on that player. But
you'd give him $9 million a year, Steve?
I think if you get the Isco that we need to play at Milan, $9 million a year is very expensive, but you're gonna have to start paying the price, Vinny. We cannot go around the $7 million and beat around the bush, guys.
I know.
These players, they want to get paid. This is something that was bound to happen, guys. These players, you think that they don't see the contracts that the NBA players sign? You don't think they see the contracts that the Major League Baseball players sign? These guys are getting paid peanuts compared to someone who plays baseball.
No, you're right, Steve. But in the end, is Milan going to pay a player like Isco? Is the Manzanite? No.
I don't know how. He wants 9. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to give him 9. But
Well,
not
where's
gonna
it
be-
Condor? Was it Condor when we?
There's no condor anymore. That doesn't work anymore. These guys are gonna want to get paid. Now
Uh,
it's either you bite the pill and you open the purse strings, or we fiddle around in this stupidity. I told you, I want Milan to win Scudettos. I want Milan to do well and possibly in 3 to 5 years win a Champions League. With this type of roster, guys, unfortunately, I don't want to be unpopular opinion. We are not going to win any Champions League, and it's going to be a miracle to get close to the Scudetto.
You're right. And Gillis writes to us, Steve, from Patreon, whose stock rose the most for Italy and who's felt the most? And also, who's the player that you didn't know much about before the Euros and will be keeping an eye on moving forward? Forza Azzurri and Forza Milan. Steve, who's Damsgaard for sure from Sampdoria? I think he's got to be the player that rose the most. Talk about Serie A players. And people talking about 40 million euros or
Chiesa stock rose the most.
who?
Chiesa stock rose the most.
You think, yeah?
Yeah.
So Italy players, you go with Chiesa. Euro players,
Chiesa, Spinazzola. I
do you go with
people-
Damsgaard
I think
with me?
people, well, like Damsgaard is fine there, but again, you have to be careful in the Euros because the Euros is a short tournament. The Euros is, whatchamacallit, the group stage, and everybody passed. Like I feel for Denmark and what they went through, but Denmark had no reason passing, and we talked about this as the,
Yeah,
as
we
the
did,
best
we
third. You understand? So then he doesn't get that chance to shine again, right? And Bruno brings up a good point there in the chat. Schick, if we're talking about
Schick, Olmo from Spain. Yeah,
Schick, but again, Schick, very a short tournament. A lot of people were saying, Steve, you're completely wrong. In the Bundesliga, he was having a great year. That's fine, but he sucked of ass in Serie A. So I don't know what I'm gonna get. Now I need to spend money for this guy. His stock is very high. Am I gonna take this gamble? There's not a lot of teams Milan can't take a gamble like that. We can't screw up and do a
no, we
Piatti
can't.
2.0.
We definitely can't. Yeah.
You understand? Someone like Olmo, who's from the Real Madrid loanies, Croatia, Arsenal. See, like this is a guy. He wanted the money. He wanted the money. He went to Arsenal, and Arsenal suck. Milan wanted him. Milan wanted Olmo.
Yeah, I know.
He could have came to Serie A. He could have learned. He could have got his education, and then maybe go back to Real Madrid or maybe be a Brahim Diaz and stay. But Olmo again had the game of his life against Italy. They still fell short to Italy, and now you're taking again another risk.
Again, these players, like, I get they have great tournaments, but let's not get too ahead of each other. And I'll say this about Spinazzola, Steve. Yeah, he had a great tournament before he got hurt, but let's not pretend that he's a $50-60 million player. Keep it down to earth. And so I like what you're saying about Chiesa, his value going up, and from other players there. But this is the showcase.
And people now, all the English pundits, every single one of them, baciati di piedi di Jorginho.
Thank you.
I will not. I will take it upon myself. And I will write to every single one of them if this year they start complaining about Jorginho. If you don't understand,
but Steve, the pundits, they said, the English pundits, Jorginho without a proper midfield, he's nothing. That's what they said.
If they don't know the game, they don't talk. Don't analyze them because you get paid for this, so you have to be accountable. So every single one of them that said Jorginho does nothing for Chelsea, Jorginho, Champions League winner, Euro winner.
Pretty much.
And we cannot say that he really do nothing because is he going to score that cracker of a goal like they like to say in the EPL?
No.
Cracker of a goal. No. He's going to shut up and he's going to do his job. He plays in between the lines. He makes elegant passes. He makes elegant runs.
And
He gets out of the tiniest spaces. And he has another guy next to him, another guy who you're going to have to respect as well, is everybody respect the trade of Verratti too.
Verratti, on Bonucci's goal, guys, nobody seems to remember that was all Verratti's header on that one, and he picking up the scraps a la Bonucci. But I'm going to say one thing, and this is going to be my Biroshka of the week, Steve. Seeing Jorginho when Donnarumma didn't realize that he won the Euros, Jorginho falling to himself onto the floor,
Donnarumma
and realizing that because he had that weight, Steve, he had that weight upon himself because he missed a penalty. And you see Chiellini and Locatelli one on top of each other, but Jorginho feeling that moment of release, man, like for me, that's my Brioshki. And the other Brioshki, because I know you went out yesterday, but I stayed home. I watched the feed, and I got goosebumps right now. Gianluca Vialli battling this cancer. When you embraced Roberto Mancini, that's my moment right there, because Grande Gianluca, it just made me feel great about Italy and everything. And those are my brioshkas of the week. I don't even think I have. You know what? The indigestions of the week will be those few England fans that we spoke about at the beginning. But I don't want to give them attention, like you said. But I'm just going to concentrate on my brioshkis, Steve. I don't know if you have any right now.
To be very honest with this, and I want to also, just before we're on this slide here, and give Sonny the credit that he deserves,
Yes,
and talk a little bit about Tonali. Milan, we talked about it last week. They wanted to negotiate. They were not convinced that Tonali was up to par of what they were going to pay, and they negotiated him down. They negotiated him his salary. We all know he took a cut, but he's going to end up getting it back somewhere down the line. That's for sure. But adjusted the actual price tag with Zvonko's on. Zvonko's on from Sweden.
Zvonko is probably like it's 4:00 in the morning for Zvonko. And thank you for the the gifts to Zvonko. Good for you.
So Tonali, and that's good work on Milan to lower it down and include a player that from the Primavera, which we probably have a buyback on. So I'm pretty happy about that, guys. Brioshki of the week, I would be lying to you if I would say the feel-good moment is watching Donnarumma save that last penalty shot and being happy that Italy is, again, after a very, very long time. And unfortunately, 2000 was supposed to be our second Euro, but Alessandro Del Piero decided that he was not going to be able to hit the side of the barn, and he made up for it in 2006.
Don't remind me.
So we forgave him after that. But second Euro for Italy, the country itself really went through a hard time, with COVID and all that stuff. Brioshki of the week is seeing people back out there, back with their friends, back in the public, back doing normal things. That's my Brioshki if I could take it out of soccer for a bit.
Yeah.
But the ultimate Brioshki, guys, for me. The ultimate Brioshki.
Ultimate, Steve, go.
Mangiatevi la pasta, tutta l'Inghilterra. Mangiatevi la pasta. I saw videos.
La pasta asciutta, Steve.
Put your calzone up your ass. That's the videos that I was seeing. Put your calzone up your ass. You guys, you English people, if you would even have the honor of having a calzone, besides your meat and potatoes and your bland shit food that you guys have, cuisine proprio da merda, mangiatevi la pasta, mangiatevi tutti, perché l'Italia è campione d'Europa. Te l'abbiamo fatta proprio in casa tua, a Wembley, stadio fatto per questo, e l'Italia è campione d'Europa. Italy is champions of Europe. In English, in case they want to play it, and in French, Italy est le champion d'Europe. Monesti tabarnak, on a gagné. Yes, sir, big. Yes, sir.
I love it, Steve. To Gio, final comment on Patreon. The Peroni were flowing yesterday. I'm just happy with the win, and Big Chiesa was a beast and has become he was on the demon time yesterday. Also, Italy now is a striker. I'm putting out a Batman signal to any young Italian striker. Play well so the team can become deadlier. Gio, here's a guy that was at World Cup '94. Guys, honestly, it's been a great tournament. I need to remind everybody that it's because of that I stayed home as TVP and I did not go see anybody. Traditions, and I'm very superstitious. I did wear my Macho Man T-shirt because Macho Man, he was Italian. I needed to do that, and somehow, some way, we won. Guys, on a serious note, Stevie P and we might take a little break. Stevie P, we got to tell everybody.
Taking a break. Well-deserved 3-week break.
It's summertime. Patreon will have maybe every, couple of weeks we'll have a Patreon special, but we've been going straight for, oh my God, Steve, what has it been? 202 episodes?
Yeah, it's a long time, guys, and we just need a little bit of a reboot. Thank you, Vinny. I almost forgot about that, and I almost forgot about something else, guys. Thank you very much to Evangelista for giving us these jerseys, guys. I swear to God, my wife just walked in. I see she's somewhere there because she
where is she? Bring her on.
She is dying to wash this jersey. I've worn it every single day, not every single day, every single match since the Austria game. She wanted to wash it once. I stole it out of the hamper. Long story short, it's getting washed after this.
Is she podcast. There? Tell her to come on.
No, she's not going to come on. Another thing, guys, I know I was very harsh on everybody on the EPL. It's the EPL pundits, not the people of England. I like the people of England. They're very cool. And a special shout out to the guys at the Three Lions podcast who had Vinny on. Very well, classy guys. They know their football. They know where to come to when they need some advice or they want to talk a little bit of Italy, something that maybe they do not watch very often. So thank you guys for the Three Lion podcast. Thank you to Chocharos. Thank you to my neighbor, guys. My neighbor, Anthony Diorio, Pizzeria Vesta. He came and bring me this. He goes, Steve, I found it. It's straight from the motherland. Another one for the wall, another one for the podcast. Fazzy Tees, thank you for the fantastic flag. Guys, siamo campioni d'Europa. Just continue repeating it. This podcast, guys, you send it to every single one. Send it to Burgundy Lion because they were crying at Burgundy Lion. Oh, we lost the penalty shots. Italy beat us. And the other one there, Gerard Piqué. Stick to Shakira, okay? Because it's over for you. You're not playing international soccer again. You have no choice. You have no word anymore. You're a champion. I respect you, World Cup, Euro champion. Ma te ne frega, we won this Euro. Penalty shots, extra time, own goals. Who cares? In the end, it's another campione d'Europa, Gerard Piqué. My hips don't lie. Send it to Gerard Piqué. Send this podcast to anybody that you know. Because this is how Serie A fights back. Content like us, the Calcio guys, Calcio podcast, IFTV. This is how Italia and Calcio fights back. Through content like this.
Steve is on fire. I love it. We're not going to give indigestions. We just gave our Bioshkis of the week. I love it. Presidente, I know you sent us your indigestion, but this is a positive podcast. Guys, we will take a little break. Keep those subscriptions on because we have been going on for a very long time. Patreon members, we will have some group therapy sessions once in a while, but Steve and I need to take a little break. I think well-deservingly. Serie A is coming back, and Steve...
We put on the mute, campioni d'Europa.
Steve is on fire, gentlemen. Guys, We will be back for what would it be, Steve? Season 17 of Milan Weekly Podcast.
Season 17.
We will be back, guys. Season 17 of Milan Weekly Podcast. Thank you for everybody listening to us. Thank you for Presidente. By the way, Steve, how did Presidente celebrate this weekend?
He partied, bro. He partied. Here, it's not time to make fun. He partied. Presidente partied. He was calculating everything. He calculated the amount of people. Forza Azzurri, campioni d'Europa.
Thank you for Presidente to getting us these jerseys. Thank you to Evangelista Sport. Thank you, Azzurri. A moment like this, our fathers, Stevie P, God bless him, rest his soul. They waited from 1968 to 1982. We did 2006 to 2021. Generation like ours. You know what? Hopefully that your kids, my nieces, can get to experience the same thing. Forza Azzurri, Forza Italia, Forza Milan, and ovunque sempre.
Forza Azzurri, Forza Milan.
Have yourselves a good night, guys. Ciao.